I know that it's a hard sell with you to get you to watch a horror film, let alone an art house horror film.
Oh, God.
Or let alone... Do you have a particular type of horror that you hate more than any other?
No, I just don't really.
Psychological horror?
Psychological, much more.
So psychological horror is worse?
Oh, yeah, like people running around stabbing each other. You know, that's all ridiculous.
Okay. What do you make of Willem Dafoe?
He's good.
You've interviewed him.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago.
I like him.
Do you remember him as Christ in The Last Temptation of Christ?
Yep.
Well, I'm trying to think what his most famous... He's great in Wild at Heart. I think he was in David Lynch's film. He was in that. He's been in a few Lars von Trier films. I mean, whenever he's in something, I find... And, of course, more recently, he was
charming when you meet him.
Is he?
Lovely.
He was in The Florida Project, and he was the janitor. He was so good.
I love that movie.
He should have got the Oscar. Well, he's in this film. This film is called The Lighthouse. It stars Willem Dafoe. It also stars Robert Pattinson. What's your take on Robert Pattinson?
I don't know anything about him. I just know that he was the guy from Twilight, and Twilight looked awful. Yeah,
Twilight did look awful. Well, he's also been announced as the new Batman, so that's big news. So his career is going like that. This is a movie by Robert Eggers, who directed a movie called The Witch, which came out 2 years ago. Do you remember me, Maddie and Finley going to see that? I've never seen a grown boy or man, Finley, look more unsettled by a film. It's an art house film, so it's black and white. It's set in a lighthouse. It's a psychological horror. It's by a director who's supremely brilliant, who made The Witch. And a lot of excitement's happened at the Sundance Film Festival, and I think even you might be slightly drawn into this.
Tell me, what's a timberman want with being a wickie?
Just looking to earn a living, just like any man. Starting new.
On the run. Keeping secrets, are you?
No, sir.
Why don't you spill your beans? Spill your beans. Why don't you spill your beans? How long have we been on this rock? 5 weeks? 2 days? Help me to recollect.
That looked damn strange.
That couldn't be further away from what I would choose to watch if it tried.
Right down to the four...
Every single thing about it, I didn't like.
Right down to the aspect ratio of it being shot in the little square.
No, I mean, I know for a lot of people that's just right down their strata. I'm sure you love it, but for me, no, thank you.
Well, I'm gonna surprise you. I was expecting something a bit darker and less it seemed like they were going for comedy. But it wasn't funny. I mean, I like anything that's shot in black and white. There's a real tendency at the moment to shoot things in this sort of 4:5 kind of aspect ratio. First Reformed was like that, with starring Ethan Hawke, where he played the priest. There was a movie called Ada, directed by Pawlowski, that won an Oscar. So there's a new trend to shoot things in that restricted fashion. They're also clearly playing on the kind of, was this a film shot yonks ago type thing. Right up for Willem Dafoe playing an old lightkeeper, but he reminded me a little bit of Captain Birdseye.
It was just awful. Absolutely.
Oh, really?
It's one of those films that's been made in a bubble where everyone that's in it thinks they're doing something really...
That's interesting.
And I think they might not have lost their way. But I do think a lot of people will like that.
Yeah.
You can see it, but it's just not my cup of tea.
Well, I don't know what kind of a cup of tea it is.
No.
I mean, not that one should always be able to pigeonhole everything. I do think film's job is to somehow surprise you, but I don't know. There was a comedic element. At times, it reminded me
It's
a
a
little
bit like bad Waiting for Godot. You know when you see
Yes.
like a really bad Waiting
Yes.
for Godot?
It was like Waiting for Godot, but it was almost a bit like they'd projected forward to what would have happened if the two guys on the ship in Jaws, who sang "Show Me the Way to Go Home," if they'd been left in a lighthouse on their own forever, what would have happened to them?
I know. When you say comedic, I don't think it's necessarily that it's going comedic. It was pantomime.
Right.
It wasn't. Didn't seem to be rooted in authenticity.
What did you think all that stuff with the kind of underwater and the sort of body and?
I was embarrassed. I was cringing.
Oh, you were embarrassed.
A bit like.
Oh right. So do
A
you
bit
think?
like students had made a film together and got like a octopus.
Oh, do you think this is a little bit of the Emperor's New Clothes going on?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. Well, that's surprising. Well, I'm willing to give it another bite of the cherry.
You'll watch it and you'll love it, and
I
your
won't
mum will love
necessarily
it.
know. That presupposes I'll only go in and only love it.
No, I think you will love it, though.
I wasn't as impressed as I was expecting to
What
be.
was that awful film that you wanted us to like with the lobster?
No, it's called The Lobster.
Oh my God, that was...
By the director of The Favourite, which we had to stop because there was a masturbation scene.
I love The Favourite.
And apparently The Lobster's just as good and
No,
weird.
I hate The Lobster.
We
And
didn't see
that
it. We
was
saw
the-
20 minutes of it.
I know, but I hated those 20 minutes.
Oh, right, okay.